Wes Streeting appeared on Good Morning Britain where he backed Keir Starmer's plans to send British troops to support peace in Ukraine. Good Morning Britain viewers flooded the show with complaints as Wes Streeting supported Keir Starmer's decision to send British troops to Ukraine. Monday's installment, February 17th, of the ITV programme was hosted by Richard Madeley and Charlotte Hawkins, who quizzed the Health Secretary on the Prime Minister's plans to keep peace in Ukraine, who have been at war with Russia since 2022. The Labour leader confirmed he is ready to deploy a British peacekeeping force in Ukraine if there is a deal to end the war with Russia. Expressing concern over Sir Keir's decision and the consequences it could create, Charlotte pointed out the severity of the situation as she claimed it's a huge step to be taking. Mr. Streeting responded, "People should be in no doubt that the front line in Ukraine isn't just the front line for Ukrainian people. It's the front line for the entire European continent, including Britain." The Labour MP continued, "It's so important that, as well as securing an end to this war, we also secure a sustainable and lasting peace that guarantees the security for all of us, including Britain's national security." His comments come as Sir Keir travels to Paris for an emergency meeting of European leaders on Monday after Donald Trump pushed for Europe to provide more support for Kyiv, and the US to spend less. Mr. Streeting added, "And next week he's flying to Washington to meet with President Trump, so there's an awful lot of diplomatic back and forth going on." "I think what you're seeing is a huge diplomatic effort underway to see if we can bring an end to the war in Ukraine, as well as the Prime Minister and others leading preparation for a scenario where a peace agreement has been achieved, but where we also need to take action to secure our own defense and security to stop President Putin from doing this again." Charlotte questioned whether sending British troops is possible, given the current state of the British military. "There's a recognition of the challenge faced by our armed forces, but we still have some of the best trained armed forces in the world," Mr. Streeting said. "What the Prime Minister is suggesting today isn't Britain acting alone, but in lockstep with our allies." He declared that Britain and its allies need to act together as NATO to bring an end to the war in Ukraine and secure European defense and security. Viewers weren't satisfied by the politician's appearance on GMB as they flocked to social media to complain. "This lot are utterly clueless, they really are," declared one viewer as a second posted. "It sounds like they are being fed a script through an earpiece when they reply." Another agreed, "Peacekeepers, for God's sake no. Keep us out of it. This is not our war, and if we go, Putin will just say we are at war with them too." "Starmer needs to go, what on earth is he thinking?" a fourth said. "Why ask Wes Streeting, he is not making a difference to the NHS." "Starmer is doing everything he can to ruin our country."